up, guys? It's Keegan from the True Reds here, and I'm joined by Varun.
What's up, guys?
Hopefully, you guys are having a good day. So today we're going to be covering the West Brom versus Manchester United game. Sadly, it ended in a defeat 1-0 to the bottom of the league. First of all, I just want to get the first thoughts, Varun. In 2 words, can you sum up how you thought the game was?
In 2 words,
Or word?
love ocelots.
Love Ocelots, okay. For me, I thought honestly the game was horrific. It was probably one of the worst performances we've ever had. I think to go from that City game to that performance was terrible. Pogba was horrific. Herrera was bad. Matic was honestly, Lindelof was probably one of our best players, and he didn't even have that good of a game. So, yeah, I mean, we're kind of switching roles today. Rude's going to be the one asking me the questions because we want to spice it up.
Yeah, okay, so so you kind of briefly touched on the performances. Who would you say really let you down the most? And also, which area of the pitch, the attack, the midfield, or the defense? Where do you think really let the team down on Sunday?
I think, player-wise, if I'm comparing it to the City performance, it had to be Pogba. To go from such a high against City to the abysmal performance against West Brom was horrific. In saying that, though, I don't think the midfield as a whole was that bad. I think I'd have to go for the attack. I don't think there was enough service into Lukaku. And in the first half, it was a lot of the ball was in the wing rather than in the box, and I think we were just trying to overthink it, and we didn't get it into the box enough, essentially.
I feel we've had that problem quite often this year, and I think that's something that this overworking the ball is a big issue. I think they should shoot more often, but not like crazy shots. But I think the team should be more direct. I feel the team just tries to pass it, tries to make that extra pass that maybe isn't required all the time. And yeah, you had something?
The most direct player we have is Rashford, in my opinion. And if Mourinho wants to keep benching him, go ahead. But if you play him, we get that directness. So
that's what I was going to go on to. So you touched on how the attack is something that you find some faults in. What do you think is the ideal starting 3? And let's just say 3, or let's say 4, because we've played with 4 the entire season. So striker, left winger, right winger, and the cam. Who do you think are the best? What do you think the best mix of the players that are fit and available right now to play against Bournemouth, for example?
I think it'll be. It should be different for every game. But if we're going against a team like Bournemouth, as much as we keep pleading, Pogba should play at 10. Pogba should play at 10. He played at 10 against West Brom and he was horrific. So I think Mata honestly is our best 10. Then on the right, honestly on form it should be Jesse Lingard in my opinion on the right. Then you can't drop Lukaku at 9, and then I would go Martial on the left.
Yeah, this is like the Sophie's choice. You have 3 huge stars. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Just continue talking, Keegan.
Okay, yeah. I would go. We're having a lot of difficulties in this video, guys. Sorry. I would have to go Martial on the left. I can't say that Sanchez always deserves some merit of play just because he's Alexis Sanchez. And Rashford is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of skill-wise, I think Anthony Martial is a much better winger than both Rashford and Alexis Sanchez. And in terms of the right, for me, it's either Mata or Lingard. But if you're playing Mata, to play Lingard on the right. And Lukaku's the only option at 9. So really and truly, there's no other choice but to play Lukaku there. But as I was saying, and I don't know if Varun's back.
Yeah, couldn't say it better myself, Keegan. But go on.
Just because he's Alexis Sanchez, just because he's a big name, I don't think he does. He merits a spot every week to play on the left. I don't think he should start, especially that run of form. The 3 weeks where he was playing absolutely horrific. I don't know why Mourinho didn't drop him.
Yeah, I feel United have always been a team which we pride ourselves on giving youth a chance, giving players a chance, not based on their reputation, but based on what they produce on the field. And I think Sanchez is kind of riding on a pass, I think, the entire half season. Of course, yeah, he did amazing against City, but I think we need to all understand the fact that 2 of those assists were crosses from free kicks. They weren't amazing, crazy plays. I think he's been probably the biggest disappointment this year, even personally to me more than Lindelof in terms of signings. And so I think that like, what you said is true. I think someone like Martial should start. I think we need a more direct player and someone who can actually really run at the defense.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Okay, so as we briefly touched on it before, obviously tomorrow's game, or whenever you're watching this, the game on the 17th night is Bournemouth. So Keegan, what's your starting 11 for the game?
Okay, I'm gonna say what I would say, not what Mourinho's gonna go with, because we know how much of a fool he is.
A
Um,
fool.
a fool. I'm gonna go David De Gea, obviously. Then Valencia, Bailly, Lindelof, Ashley Young. He's not gonna play that back four, but that's what I would want to see.
Ashley Young over Shaw?
Yeah, Shaw's out of here, man. I'm sorry. I don't think he's gonna be here next season. But so that's why I play Ashley Young. Honestly, Ashley Young hasn't been bad. Then in midfield three, I'd go flat two of Matic and Pogba.
I agree.
Then Mateta at 10, then Lingard, Lukaku, Rashford. But it's not going to be that 11. What do you
I
think?
think, yeah, definitely not going to be that 11. I can see him sticking with the 4-3-3, even though what happened. I think he's going to think in his head, oh, this is an anomaly. It's a one-time thing against West Brom. Just didn't play well. However, we've seen a lot of these games, and we've been less so this season. I have to say we have improved this season. I think that's something we need to take away when it comes to the end of the season. We have to understand that we have improved as a team and as like a squad. But I have to say, I feel like this is a problem that is with his team for the last 2 years. You have these games where you literally don't see any clear-cut chances, or if you do, they're just like squandered by idiocy or just wasting chances. And I think that's a big problem with him. And I think it's not really good for United's identity, which is a fast, free-flowing team. However, I'm not a crazy fan who thinks like that's going to be the way we play with every manager. I understand that he's a different manager. He has his own tactics. But I do believe that this kind of play needs to improve. And I think a game like this against Bournemouth away is going to be a high-scoring game, in my opinion, because Bournemouth, maybe not this season, but they seem to have good games with the bigger teams. So hopefully we grab the win. Keegan, any predictions for the game?
Well, before I go to the score, sorry, because I just want to touch on what you said. Like, United fans have gotten a lot of crap this season for criticizing Mourinho, even though we've improved to second. But that's the thing. The style of football hasn't been consistent enough at times, and it's been boring to watch at some points. That West Brom game, honestly, was one of the most boring games of football I've ever watched.
Yeah, man, it was tough.
It was really hard to watch. I mean, that's just a prime example, and that's bottom of the league. We should be winning that. Anyway, to the prediction for the Bournemouth game. Liverpool beat Bournemouth 3-0, but we're obviously not as free flowing as Liverpool. But this comes to my point. I think we should be beating a team like West Brom 3-0 to be considered one of the top attacking teams in Europe, because that's what Liverpool is considered right now. That's what City's considered.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that's a really good point. I think when it comes to the league, we're playing against teams who are supposed to be our equals or be like in the same kind of realm. And I feel that even though we're ahead of Liverpool, I do feel that, and I think when you look at the entire group of games, I'd say that Mourinho is probably more tactically aware than Klopp is. But I have to say, I think that we're behind them in terms of style. I feel you never really get bored watching a Liverpool game except for the 0-0 Merseyside derby last week. But other than that, you always get like a good team, a good game, good attack, or horrible defense. Either way, it's always entertaining. And I feel United's kind of moved away from that. It's become very safe, very, very solid at the back. But I feel that you're kind of losing something that's really important in the attack. And I hope that a game like this against Bournemouth, like I said before, this can kind of change it up for the end of the season, because we're entering the end stretch now. We have nothing else to fight for except for the FA Cup. So hopefully we can get an FA Cup and a good finish. Keegan, what are you looking forward to for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, honestly, I don't mind if we drop to third once we win the FA Cup. We're guaranteed top four, so that's not a big deal. And in terms of end of the season, this is a bold move, and I know I'm gonna get. I'm sick and tired of watching Mourinho football now, and I just want him out, to be honest.
Oh my
I don't want to
god.
jump on this like Wenger in, Wenger out thing with Mourinho, but I think we need to find a new attacking manager, someone like Ancelotti or even Unai Emery. You know, I think he'll be better
Okay, no,
than.
no, no. Okay, I'm so close to stopping the video. Not Unai Emery. He's the most. Okay, sorry. Go on. You're saying. You're saying.
Anyway, a more attacking manager than Mourinho, because I think United fans deserve to watch that because we haven't seen free-flowing attacking football since Ferguson. I don't bring in David Moyes because that was not free-flowing attacking football. Anyway, I'll kind of conclude this, Varun, because I have a couple plans for the videos. We're gonna kind of stray away from match reviews, and we're gonna focus on more end of the season things such as transfers in and out, and what we want for next season, who we think will be at the club, and etc. like that. So this will probably be our last preview slash review. I've been saying that we might do one more, but we'll see. However, we're gonna do more things surrounding the club more than matches from here on. Then, Varun, any last things to add?
No, just hopefully the club can pick it up, and not in terms of results, but just performances. I think it's really important to end the year on a good note, just like last year.
Yeah, and also the last thing I want to say before goodbye is I hope the Glazers leave the club at the end of the season. Like, sell the club. Anyway, bye.